Hi, folks. It was my first job in advertising, trainee. About 3 months into the job, straight out of college. And there was a film being made in Bombay. And we had raised an invoice of 50% on the client. And I'd been following up for a good 1 week or 10 days with no luck. So there were a couple of days more to go before the film was to start, before the shoot was to start. And my branch head said, Justin, just go across to the client's office and get the money. Don't come back without the check. So I thought the instructions were clear enough. And so I went across to the client's office, and first the client made me wait for a good hour or so at the reception. And finally, he calls me in, and I said, "Sir," very politely, of course, could we have the money for the advance for the film, please? Because we're starting the shoot in the next couple of days' time. He said, "No." He's quite rudely, in fact. "No, please tell your boss that I won't be able to make the payment before the film is fully made." I persisted a bit, and I said, "Sir, I'd be embarrassed to go back and tell my boss that I didn't get the money." He flew into a rage. I was surprised. What had I said that upset him so much? He picked up the phone, he calls up my boss, and he says, "Your Mr. Justin spoke to me rudely, and he said that he would be embarrassed to go back without collecting the check. Nobody has ever spoken to me like that before." And I was wondering, what is he talking about? Anyway, I went back to my branch head's, went back to the agency, walked into the branch head's office, and told him what happened. And he tells me, "Justin, you shouldn't have said that." I said, like, what did I say that upset? I mean, what was so wrong about what I said? In any case, I thought about it much later, years later, in fact, to that incident, because it was like weighing heavy in my head. And I said, what a smart guy. Because he threw a smoke screen. He appeared to be upset at something this agency guy said. But he got his way. He didn't pay the advance. I said, what a smart guy. That was a fantastic tactic he used. Clever guy. The point is, I remember the incident because it was packed with emotion for me. I was embarrassed, angry, and upset. And, that I'd messed up this early client interaction. Think about it. You'll find that the stories that you remember most from a long time back, the movie scenes that stand out in your head, the people who made an impact on you, the memories that persist in your head, invariably have a dominant emotional component to them. I call it an emotional marker. It's like a bookmark in your brain. And the point is simple. If you're crafting and telling a story in a business communication, make sure that there is an emotional marker. Use emotions like surprise, disappointment, fear, anger, trust. You get the idea. And you'll find that your audience would empathize and connect with you better, and your message remains in their head longer. So, in that story that I told you about collecting the 50% advance, what would you have done in my situation if you were sitting in front of the client and he said, "I'm not going to pay you"? I'll see you soon.